Welcome. These will be my thoughts on Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord, Season 1, Episode 9, Chapter 9, Strange Allies. Another episode that I absolutely loved. There will be spoilers for the show so far, and, possibly everything Star Wars that has come out by now. Not for the last episode, though. I haven't watched it yet, and the episode and this video will be for ages 12 and up, other than the video recommendations that I'm going to do now. So this time it's going to be Small Beans shooting threes Back to the Future, Storied, where every generation uses this one slang word, Alex Jones is losing it over the Onion buying InfoWars by Rebecca Watson, Genetically Modified Skeptic, When Texas Massacred Its Freethinkers, and Matriarchetype, we need to talk about the ContraPoints situation. And yeah, so I'm going to try to keep this video more or less chronological. So yeah, one episode left. Really excited to see how it's all going to end. And yeah, they continue to have fantastic action, just enough like depth and thematic resonance, and the plot is always moving. The show never really stands still, which I quite appreciate. So yeah, I think the first thing we see is the conversation with Dryden Voss, who wants Maul to take out his boss, which, yeah, that is, sometimes that will happen in organized crime, and obviously it would mean, that could really lead to a very fruitful relationship between Dryden Voss and Darth Maul. And let's see, yeah, I really appreciated this thing of like, yeah, I mean, what else are the Lawsons, the Jedi and Two Boots going to do other than go with Maul? He has transport off world. This is yeah, you don't really go up against the Empire and win with that few people. If you don't have some other, I mean, the reason the Rebel Alliance were able to win was this network of people and resources and such. Now, I think that does cover the right, yeah. So that's when we have the so yeah, they are, before they even meet and discuss it. Yeah, other than Maul and his crew, the other major characters are just trying to get some rest. And the let's see, yeah, so Devon, has, yeah, I mean, she sees Darth Maul's face and wakes up terrified. So I imagine she must have actually been dreaming that we wouldn't see the character after the Phantom Menace. And yeah, genuinely really effective when I think, is it Oki you pronounce it, the Jedi Master, points out the only way that Maul would be able to have, there must be some connection between you. And she tells him about how he saved, them. Maul saved them, and he, Oki points out, did he do it for you or for him? And I also really like the thing with, so yeah, they discuss the situation, and there's the thing with like, I don't know if we can trust him. I feel like he's going to betray us the moment that we leave the city, and I just want there to be a bit where Maul goes, I heard that, Lawson. Or Two Boots, whatever. Whoever. Yeah, I think it was Two Boots. Whatever. I think that brings us to the part where they get into, yeah. So they, in order to get, yeah, also very clever, this thing of like, there is some trust issues there, or issues because yeah, like Lawson's cop does point out, like, yeah, no, it's like a hidden thing, because what reason does he have to like try to give Maul over to the Empire? That wouldn't work. But of course, if you know you've done something wrong, that can make you really paranoid. So let's see, and yeah, Lawson tells them and us that the reason he knows about this, yeah, this way of escaping is that he once followed a perp down here. And then he says that he appreciates that it's ironic. I don't know. Sounds like it might just be coincidence. And I think that does bring us. Yeah, fantastic action down there. I like also the Two Boots saying, "I'm gonna report this right now." I guess it's not a priority. And let's see. Yeah, the thing with the skiff getting them across, very tense and suspenseful, wonderfully done. The way that we can just tell, like, this thing is not going to last forever. And then, you have spy bot gets destroyed, because this is the part of the story where they're going to get rid of any character that's not crucial for the climax. I kid. I mean, that's part of it, but also it is really dramatic. Icarus, but he wishes he still had that Gatling blaster. That was really, really cool when he's like throwing, these like blade things at the, yeah, very, very cool. And but yeah, also the fact that, Maul does manage to get over just in time, but the skiff has sunk. So what are, the Plague Doctor cosplayer and the other Inquisitor going to do to cross it? Do Stormtroopers float in that? Because I feel like they could probably walk over them, and that would be like Tuesday for the Empire. It was also really cool, the thing with, so we have they have to sneak in, and there's the thing about, like, we gotta use patience, says the Jedi Master. I'm gonna do it my way, says the Maul, because, yeah, it's true. If they do wait, they might not get to the transport in time, and then there's no reason, so that again, and they make sure to show us Devon's face, like, clearly she is like, he gets results, which is, of course, sometimes in the very short term, it can at least appear that doing things the evil way gets results, but you are almost definitely just kicking the can down the road. There's going to be bigger problems down the line, so yeah, and that was also fantastic, incredibly cool, and I had waited this whole time since that one trailer that showed Maul taking out a freaking Atst. Yeah, just fantastic. And I guess and especially because the flourishes, it doesn't just like collapse or something. It collapses, then starts to melt, then explodes in a fireball. It's just wonderful stuff. They know what we're here for. Perhaps a little too much so. I don't know how I feel about Vader. I am going to hold off judgment until I watch the finale, because maybe it'll be amazing. I don't know. So far, they've done pretty well at not letting this get overwhelmed with fan service, which has been a problem for, Disney Star Wars. They do tend to overly rely on that. But yeah, it could be amazing. And it was very cool, the thing of, like, radioing the what was it? He's, tell him they're coming his way or something like that. And yeah, it was like the spy bot teasing as it skips some of them over, and that thing with, like, I'm just a common criminal, which really does have to be tough on Two Boots, who used to be an uncommon law person. And I think I am a little bit worried about Riley's safety now that Vario knows that he is Lawson's son. And so I fairly recently did a video on an arcade game called Sun Sun. So I guess Law Sun Sun is like courtroom drama version of that game. I think that does pretty much cover it. It was incredibly cool seeing every Force user that the show has had shown us by then all engaged in combat all at the same time. And I think that does pretty much cover the entire episode. Yeah, super excited to see what next. And yeah, I do appreciate. So I realized the following something I should have said at the end of the video before this, on the episode before this one, but whatever. Here we go. Strap in. It's gonna be pretty bad, but I have a soft spot for those jokes. So Dryden Voss requested an audience, and I'm like, you know what? I understand why, and I suppose this episode is set before Solo bombed.